Hi everybody, welcome down the Glideslope. This is the first live stream that I've done here, and this is all new technology for me, and I'm going to try to see if I can make it work. We are here on the ground at San Luis Obispo Airport. I've just got a little webcam that I've hooked to the back of the cabin here. It doesn't make the side windows work as well as we would like, but I think I have the ability to see what's going on here on my iPad, and I think I have the chat open. I can see from watching this on my iPad that there's a little latency of maybe 5 or 10 seconds behind what I'm doing and what's happening on my screen. But I thought we'd give it a shot. We're sort of pushing the sim here to its limits. My frames are vacillating between 35 or 40 and less than that. Now they're down to about 20, probably depending on the encoding software. So we just have to see if it's even feasible to do this. But, you know, we'll see. I'm not quite sure who's watching or how many, but we'll find out. So without any further ado, we will get moving. Got to turn on my 6-pack software quickly. Should get that working. Yep, since I've moved over to the Oculus Rift for a lot of things, I've noticed that I don't have quite as many. Hey Jazz, good to see you. I don't have things quite dialed in the way I did because I had everything sort of unplugged to make it easier to use the Oculus. That includes making sure my trim wheel works. Sort of breaks the immersion to do this, doesn't it? We'll see if that wakes up my trim wheel or not here in a minute. Well, look, we actually have people watching. That's amazing. Look at that. Captain Ireland. Wow. Never thought of myself as a streamer. Who knew? Okay, let's see if the trim wheel is awake here or not. In Windows 10, I've noticed that the trim wheel likes to not wake up on its own. And when that happens, ooh, I don't know if the streaming's going to work with all these monitors open. I'm watching my frame rates vacillate pretty intensely. We'll see what happens. It looks like it goes up and down with some cadence to it. I wonder if it sort of batch processes stuff. All right, well, we'll find out. Let's see what we can do. Yep, Cessna 172. That's right, that's what we've got. Yeah, I'm getting... Oh, okay. There, things seem to be working again. Something is crushing my frames. I don't know if it's the streaming software or what. I'm going to turn off, see if I can turn off Xenviro and see if that'll make a difference. If X-Plane will even keep working. It would be a bummer to be able to stream. Hey Chris, I'm glad I was able to inspire your build. It's been fun for me too. Let's turn off Xenviro. See if that saves me any frames. I'm using OBS as streaming software, and it has a reputation for hitting the GPU pretty hard. But it's interesting, I was streaming before and it was okay during my tests. See, that's not right. Listen to that come. Yeah, I can see what's going on with my frames, and it is not pretty. Fuel pump. Feet on the brakes. Turn it. Nothing's happening. Hey, it woke up. Man, my butt kicker is rumbling. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be flyable at all, but we'll find out if it's going to be flyable at all. I don't think it's going to be by the fact that I can see my pop. Okay, it's going great, then it's not going great, then it's going great, then it's not going great. Let's lose that screen, see if that makes a difference. It usually doesn't. Oh, yeah. Well, I hate to say it, guys. Chaz, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I don't think the frames are bad because of bandwidth. Let me turn this down a little bit. The frames are bad because of bandwidth. I think the frames are bad because my GPU can't handle running all these screens and can't handle running all these screens and the compression software, streaming software at the same time. I think that's the issue. Now, what I've heard is that the NVIDIA streamer, GeForce Experience, is much less intensive, but I don't know that I can use it to stream the webcam. Yeah, the stream is hugely choppy. And I've got a hardwire connection here too. I'm not even doing this over Wi-Fi. But this is darn near unflyable. Well, let's troubleshoot. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. Who knows? Let's go lean on our processing. And I've overclocked the GPU also. I can't even get the mouse up where I need it to be. Alright, let's see if we can't. Let's crank our anti-aliasing down all the way and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that took my frames up to 40 something, but it still is rolling and then it's not rolling. I wonder, let's try one more thing here in our troubleshooting and then we're going to bail on this. Yeah, I could run a second computer to stream, that's an idea. Streaming on my phone, that's an idea. I haven't really thought about that. The problem is you wouldn't hear the audio from the set or from the cockpit nearly as well. Let's see if there's anything else here I can shut down in Windows. Let's close Explorer. And hopefully that didn't kill the stream, didn't it? Boy, it's running fine now. Look at that. Now I go back into the... But once I get back into X-Plane... Alright, let's look at Project Lasso. Maybe I can... yeah. So we're maxed out here. OBS. Wow, SPAD has taken a lot of juice. Let me see if I can move OBS to some different GPUs here. Let's change the affinity to the first physical core and get it off of the other 4 cores, which is where I run SPAD, or run X-Plane. And let's do the same thing for SPAD.neXt. Let's move it off. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the comments right now, guys. Let's move SPAD.neXt off of those cores also. Oh, that brought a bunch of load off of the Unfortunately now the first core is completely maxed. It looks like SPAD.neXt is really the hog on this. Let's give it one more or two more cores to work with. Also give it 6 and 7. If you haven't used Project Lasso, it is a good way to make some discrete choices about what's running where in terms of your cores. Yeah, Dean, I'm on top of you, so I'm trying to figure that out now, but it's interesting. It seems to be SPAD.neXt that's the hog. I'm curious to see if I kill it, what will happen. Well, no. So now I've got bad graphics and bad frame rates. That's the worst of all worlds. Let's kill SPAD.neXt and see what happens. It's a pretty lightweight program. I was surprised to see how much it was really hammering the frames. Let's turn it off and see what happens here. Oh, look at that. SPAD.neXt was our issue. That is interesting. Well, now let's see if we can give ourselves a little bit better graphics while we're at it. I mean, why have an anti-aliased world that you don't take advantage of? Huh. Well, that's better. So I've never really had SPAD hammer it like that. That surprises me. We'll have to see what that was all about. I don't know where I'm going here. Looks like we've got a little crosswind here today. Well, we might as well put X Enviro back on and see if we can get some decent sky colors running. Yeah, I can see the whole thing is running better now, so for some reason X Enviro is really killing me. We're not going by the book here, guys. We're not on PilotEdge or anything at the moment. I'm just trying to test this out and see how it's working. It's weird to look down on my iPad and see a delay. See that delay. Alright, well, we're airborne now. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Running them on a second computer is a great option. I've never really needed to. And it may be if I plan to stream I need to, but performance now is fine. Let's see, we're looking at 42 frames a second. I'm going to up the graphics another notch. Or 2. Let's see what we get. Yeah, 40. Things are looking good now. SPAD. So it'll be interesting. Let me run SPAD again and see if it throttles it again. Maybe it was just how it loaded at that instance. It's never been a problem in the past. But we're up and running now. Dean, what spec is my machine? It's nope, it's all still the same stuff. 6700. I've got it running at about 4.6. It's overclocked. And now's the test. Now let's see what happens to our frame rates.
SPAD.neXt. Connection established.
Okay. No problem. Seems like a one-time deal, although none of them are working. Sometimes I have to turn the battery on and off to bring them to life. There they go. So for whatever reason, SPAD gave me problems there, but now it's not. Isn't that curious? Oh, wait. Now it is again. Yeah, look at that. Well, that's a shame. That makes it a bit more problematic. I definitely don't want to have to hook up a second machine just to stream. And now my frames are down about 25, 26. Let's change some graphics here. I wonder why SPAD would be doing that, though. Never given me those kinds of problems like that in the past. What else does it have? It's got priority class below normal. Let's let it set it. Let's set it to a high priority class. That seems to have helped. And I might as well give it another couple of cores to use. Just maybe it'll not get too throttled on one of them. Yeah, that seems to be working better. Still dropping some frames. Interesting. I am running off a, yes, off a solid state drive. Where are we heading today? We are just flying around San Luis Obispo at the moment. This is just me on my first time streaming, and I just wanted to test it and see how it works. SPAD is clearly giving me some challenges. I also haven't fixed my trim wheel yet. My hands getting tired holding this in place, so let's see if we can get that fixed. Hasn't woken up. You get to see behind the scenes. I think I have it plugged in right here. No. Yeah. Let's just back to life. Definitely a SPAD.next issue. Well, I'm gonna have to figure that out because that's surprising to me. It's never. We are testing the limits of my equipment at the moment. Uh-oh. Oh no. Looks like unplugging this trim wheel was a bad idea. Oh, wait. It's back. We're just going to wait here and see what happens. I don't quite know what's going on at the moment. I can say that this is something's happening. I think we're doing a low approach. Pause for a second. And try to get back. It's not a good sign. And down things. The first thing we learned is that for some reason, SPAD.neXt and the current version of X-Plane do not like each other when I'm streaming. That is for sure. Second of all, we learned that SimShaker is working the way it's supposed to. That's the new SimShaker. All kinds of stuff is crashing now. That's the new SimShaker plugin for the butt kicker. It works great. All the software for the all the software has crashed. According to this, I am still streaming. I think I'm still streaming. Let's look on YouTube and see if we're still streaming. The fact that you guys are willing to tolerate this experiment is something I appreciate, because if I didn't have a way to test it, I wouldn't know what was happening. And yeah, looks like we're still here. Now I can hear myself talking to myself in the stream. Okay. All right, so that's working. So I apologize that. Yeah, Chaz, it crashed on me. The whole thing crashed, as you're seeing, or you will see. So how do I want to handle this? I think I will give it one more shot, and we are going to make sure we're overclocked. We are not overclocked on the GPU, so we will do that. I'm just using the NVIDIA Inspector tool to do that. Then we will finish installing device software. That's interesting. That's always a nice thing when Windows tells you it was doing something that maybe you didn't think it was doing. Okay, so we'll try this one more time. We're going to boot up Remote Flight Server, which runs the 6-pack on the iPad. We are going to launch the GSTEP program, which is the Flight Illusions radio stack. Let's make sure all our switches are off. We're going to run X-Plane. Yeah, Chris, you're right. SciTech will hate him. That's exactly right. Dean, does the SimShaker free version less than the paid version? There was a free version. I had to pay for the Aviators plugin to make it work with X-Plane. I'm not sure if that's the same thing or the different thing. Oh, man, spin the trim wheel. I have the chance. But I only had the plugin for maybe a week. I've only done a couple flights with it, and it's great. I really have liked it, and you know, you feel the flaps much more realistically than you did before. You feel all kinds of stuff. So I've appreciated it, and it wasn't very much money, and I think it's a keeper. Let's just make sure we're going to the same place and the same things. Sandless, got some weather, or okay. Well, let's see what happens this time. It is a learning curve for all of us. Hello. Wow, James from Manchester. We do have a lot of people. Ireland. Yeah, that's fantastic. France, Brazil, Indonesia. That is amazing to me. Well, and hello from Tampa. Good weather here today. Nice, not too hot. And still winter. Big pirate festival coming up this weekend. That's about feedback on the audio. I'm glad that you're. Yeah, Phil, I'm not a fan of. I kept here. It's the best I have in the right seat, and I upgraded to the Yoga a long time ago. I upgraded during my real world flight training. I was practicing a land on the real airplane, and just before, and just that thing. Doesn't feel okay. And feedback
SPAD.
because it does because to do that through shadow play.
Established.
Slowly. I'm not team webcam. Yeah, I mean, so my because it was two programs. One was SimShaker, but then I needed it for aviators, which then got it so that it worked with the butt kicker and all the stuff that I wanted it to do. Okay, the sim has loaded. We'll see what happens. It always takes a second here because it loads up world traffic and other. And yada. Oh, come on. Let's wait for it to respond. Don't crash now. So it seems that is a problem, and I'm not sure why, but it's clearly causing my issues. Wait, just patient. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, I'm in sudden movement now. Trying not to crash anything. I didn't disable the world traffic plugin before I booted, and it's a resource hog on low. And then, of course, it after. I'm gonna. If I can kill SPAD and see if that makes a difference. In fact, I'm just gonna kill SPAD directly from this. Terminate now. That is so interesting. I've never seen it hit resources like that before. And now, as soon as I turn it off, things seem fine. Smooth as silk. Maybe it's an input-output conflict. That could be the issue that is running with OBS and conflicting, but things seem to be working better now. Let's rerun Fly with Lua. Yeah, we're getting 43 frames a second. Smooth as silk. So I have gauges here that are loaded but not working. At least it keeps the aesthetic. Let's see what happens. Avionics are working. I bet I can even get my additional monitor here to work. Yep. Look at that. Okay, Chris, hold on. It's going to be, the sound is going to be better here in just a second. So let me know, how are things now? Yep, SPAD was a problem. All right, well, let's go. Well, hey, maybe we should get on PilotEdge while we're at it. What the heck? I'll be flying as November 15 Juliet Golf.
Connected to PilotEdge.
All right. Let's load up for a flight. Let's go fly someplace. Heck, now that everything's working, I don't have a working RPM gauge, but what the heck? I can guess. That's just what they do in the real world, right? They guess. Turn on our nav lights. That brings up the radio stack. And SPAD isn't working. My altimeter isn't working, but I can adjust that here. Okay, we are on PilotEdge. There's somebody here else with us at San Luis. All right. Let's get the weather. 120.6.
San Luis Co. RGNL information Oscar. 1600 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10.
Put on our knee-pad.
Sky clear, temperature 8, dew point -31. Altimeter 3012. Arriving runway 29, departing runway 29. Advise on initial contact.
3012. A little hard to change with that, but doable. Okay, and our ground is 121.6.
San Luis Co. RGNL information Oscar. 1600 Zulu weather.
And our tower is 124.0. Hey, Geneva's flying. Well, I don't know, I probably shouldn't use the names, but that is one of the PilotEdge controllers that's actually flying today. That's great. I think I can hear him okay. I'm going to turn that audio up just a bit. So with the volume mixer, I can turn down the volume of X-Plane through the speakers, but keep it up through for PilotEdge. There we go. All right. I always like to write down my freaks before I go anyplace. ATIS to 0.6. Ground 121. We got traffic today. That's fun. Tower. Okay, I've been away from the stream for a minute. Yeah, the yokes. I find that the Yoko yoke Dean is much more realistic for me in terms of how it feels when I'm pulling on the stick. All right, yeah, seatbelt. Okay, and let's not forget beacon switch, and let's where else? Everything's going to go. Okay, everything looks relatively good. Let's go back and get a clearance. What's the clearance? What are we talking about here? We're talking to San Luis, and let's just make sure of our pattern altitude. Pattern altitude here is 1,200 feet. I always write that down. Okay, so we're on ground, towers 124.0. Let's do a lap or two of the pattern, and then let's fly quickly down to Oceano and make a landing there. How does that sound? We are November 15, Juliet Golf. San Luis ground, good morning. Skyhawk 15 Juliet Golf is at the FBO, would like closed traffic. We have Oscar. One via Alpha 15 Juliet Golf. Okay, we're going someplace. Do not be afraid of PilotEdge. PilotEdge is awesome. You get over the fear. We all make mistakes. It is part of the game. It's worth it. Okay, 1-1 via Alpha. Cat 4, woohoo! Okay. Don't go that way, that goes to the runway. We don't want to go there. I don't see him. Oh, I see, he's back where I was. He should be behind me. Okay, go back and see what's going on in our YouTube stream. Some of you just landed and was sitting right there. Sorry, I'm looking at YouTube and I'm taxiing all over the place. Okay. All right. Let's do our final checks. Landing light is on. That goes up, that goes down, that goes up, that goes down, that goes up, that goes down. Rudder is working. We've got carb heat off. It doesn't matter. We're on a carb heat engine. Straps, flaps are up. It's called tower. Yeah, Chris, you noticed that casual 25 knot taxi. I appreciate that. All right. San Tower, Skyhawk 15 Juliet Golf, holding short 1-1, ready for close traffic. Line up and wait, 1-1, 15 Juliet Golf. I can see that traffic on the go. He just took off. That's cool. Okay, compass. Clear for takeoff, 1-1, right close traffic, report midfield, 15 Juliet Golf. Okay, compass and gyro agree. Engine instruments are green. Fuel tank set to center. Full flaps, or full flaps, full power. We're making right close traffic, let's remember. Okay, engine RPMs look good, although they're non-existent. Engine instruments are green, although I can't really see them. On the center line, generally. Airspeed is alive. Takeoff point. We are ready for engine out. Climb to 1900 feet, make our right-hand turn. See if the Trim wheel. Trim wheel's alive. Yay! That makes it easier. Hey, Flight Sim Liberty. Great to see you. Flight Sim Liberty is the cockpit blogfather, the godfather of all of us. Okay, making a crosswind. Feet to go on the pattern. Throttle back. Turn on downwind leg. I'm nervous knowing you guys are watching in real time. Flight today, we're going to do a lap or two of San Luis here, and then we're going to fly down to Oceano. It's the PilotEdge milk run. All right, 1,200 feet. All right, we're midfield. San Luis Tower 15 Julie Golf, midfield 11. Number 2 behind the Skyhawk, cleared for the option on 1115 Julie Golf. Okay. Landing point, throttle back. Just going by sound on this one, since our RPM gauge isn't working. And I'm looking for that traffic. I'm going to switch over to 4-flight here. Can't see him. I'm going to call him. San Luis Tower 15 Julie Golf. We're negative contact on the Skyhawk. Are we all right, turn base? Roger that. Thanks much. 15 Julie Golf. When in doubt, ask. Okay, base. Affirmative on cancel the clearance. You want me to just go around? Roger that. 15 Julie Golf. Okay, well, we're right on the glide slope. 1 white, 1 red. We're waiting for this guy to go. And once clear for the option, we have the traffic. 15 Julie Golf. Love it when there's traffic in the pattern. It makes it a lot more interesting. Next notch, flaps. We're a little fast. Right on the glide slope, pardon the pun. A little low, but that's all right, we gotta slow down. 70 knots, that's about right. Roll out of the throttle. Hold it. Flaps up, full throttle, on the go. We'll do one more lap and then we'll fly down to Oceano. Rotation. Give me a chance to read what's going on here. Cool to see all you guys talking to each other. One thing I do is I always turn my heading bug to the runway heading when I'm doing pattern work. Helps me stay consistent on my legs and know when I have made my turns. I don't like to fly a very long crosswind leg. I like to make that turn fast. Here we are at 1,200 feet. Throttle back. And we're supposed to report midfield. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say. Hello, Wales. Glad it's smooth. Dean, glad to hear it. We're a little high in the pattern. I'm a little distracted. Don't read YouTube comments when you're flying a real airplane. San Luis Tower, 15 Juliet Golf is midfield. This time we'll be on the go for a departure south. Cleared for 1-1 and for the south departure, 15 Juliet Golf. Midfield. Okay, midfield. Follow back, first notch. I've coated the first notch of flaps to a thumb switch on my yoke. It just makes it easier. I don't have a real live flap handle anyway. So how am I doing this with no RPM gauge? I'm just pitching in power. I know I should be about 90 knots here. I usually go about 15 seconds before turning my leg, depending on the airplane and the speed, so we'll turn base. I've got a call in 15 minutes, so we've got to make this fast. I look down at the video and I get confused about what I'm seeing on YouTube versus what I'm actually doing in real life. Okay, next notch, turning final. Speed's looking good. Coming down to about 70. Sort of turn into the numbers here, but that's all right. We're right on the glide slope, white over red, or red over white. I'd rather turn to the numbers than overturn and have to try to come back. That's when guys spin the airplane in real life. Okay, we're at 73 knots. A little low now, just a little power. For those who are trying to learn pattern work, it's power for altitude and pitch for speed. So I'm not going to pull up. I'm just going to add a little power until I'm back on the glide slope. Just fly back. Now we're back. Now I can go back to my normal power setting. And that's lined up for the ILS approach anyway, so we can land a little closer than that, rather than being in the middle of the landing area, which is where that solid white bar is. We've got the runway made. Throttle back nice and slow. Pitch. Get out of the gas. There we go, a chirper. Flaps up. Full power. And he cleared us for the departure south, so we can go. Rotation speed. And we're going to go to San Luis, which we can fly VFR. Let's check and find out what our frequency is at Oceano, I mean. Oceano is 122.7. We'll be ready for that. And it's right pattern into 11. I'm going to presume they're landing. Thanks, have a good one, 15 Julie Golf. Okay, that means we're free to go. I know Oceano's around this corner. It looks like they are departing 29 there. It's right pattern for 11, so it's left traffic for 29. So we're going to overfly the field and then make a teardrop entry into it. That's going to be our plan. With all the drones and everything, there's a million airplanes up here. Oceano pattern altitude 1,000 feet. Left traffic for left for 29er. Let's make sure our heading bug is set to 290. We're going to want to overfly the field at about 1,000 feet above pattern altitude. So we'll go up to 2,000 feet, hold it there, overfly the field and make a teardrop entry for left traffic into 29. Well, let's see. I'm not going to overfly the field if it's... What are they doing? I can't tell what they're doing down there. Let's switch over and find out. To 2.7. It looks like they're departing 29er. If I actually get the winds, the nearest met are 212. Okay, so they're 29er. Yeah, so we'll overfly. That's the plan. Where are we now? We're about 4 miles north. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf, 4 miles north of the field. We're at 2,000 feet. We're going to overfly the field and make a teardrop entry for left 45 traffic into 29er, Oceano. Okay. Airport is roughly right there. I got traffic coming at me. He hasn't called me. I'm going to make, see which side is he on. I'm going to make evasive this way. Actually, I'm going to make evasive this way. I still can't see him. He's now 100 feet above me. There he goes. Went right past me, never made a call. All right, well, that's the way it is sometimes. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf, 2,100, 2 miles north of the field. We're going to fly to the south, make teardrop entry, 45 degree left traffic into 29er, Oceano. 122.7, right? Yeah, I've got the right frequency. I haven't heard anybody down there. So it tells me that there's somebody on there with the traffic. Okay, there's the field. We're at 2,000 feet. Got our head on a swivel. Just going by the sound of the airplane. I don't have an RPM gauge because I ditched SPAD. Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf. We're directly over the field now, 2,000 feet. We'll be making a teardrop entry for 45 degree traffic, left traffic into 29er, Oceano. See if I can see anybody down there. Nope, we're right over the top. Okay. All right, we're over the field. We can start to cut our speed now. Just bring her down to 1,000 feet. I'm not using the flight tracker. I'm not using ForeFly right now. I'm just flying visual. It's the way you do it in the real world most of the time. I don't know what's up with my Yeah, I don't. For some reason, when I reload an aircraft, it doesn't reload my nav data in the GPS. I'm not quite sure why, but we'll live with it. Okay, let's make our entry here. Out over the water. With just water in front of you, you're getting 51 frames a second. That's nice. This is good timing because I've got a conference call starting in 6 minutes in the real world. Oceana traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf is 3 miles now south of the field. We're on the teardrop, be making 45-degree entry into 29er. We'll be going full stop, Oceana. I'm a little out of position for that teardrop. Just like the real world, sometimes airplanes here are hard to see. Come up to 1,000 feet. A little low. Get back up to that pattern altitude. Now we can make on the 45. Oceana traffic, 15 Julie Golf is on the 45. Left traffic, 29er, full stop Oceana. Oceana traffic, 15 Julie Golf, we're on the downwind now for 29er, looking for the Lancer coming over the top of Oceana. Okay, I always just like to report position and let that guy know I see him and I'm looking for him. Having been in the real world pattern where somebody's not talking and not knowing if they know that you're there or not know that you're there is unnerving. I don't like it. So I try not to do it even when I'm practicing. We're a little out of pattern altitude here, a little low. All right, cut the throttle a little bit. First notch. And we've got a little bit of a crosswind, it feels like. Make our turn. Oceana traffic, 15 Julie Golf, turning base, left base for 29er, Oceana. Nice easy turn. Alright, there's our field. Next notch. Oceana traffic, Skyhawk 15 Julie Golf is turning final for 29er, full stop, Oceana. Alright, we're a little slow. Looking for him. Not seen him yet. Trimming. Like my speed. We're a little high. Okay, we'll fly a little slip here. We've got it made. Get out of the power. That slip going. We're touching down right now. Flaps up, off the yoke. Oceana traffic, 15 Julie Golf, we are clear of the runway. Oceana. Did a short field landing there for him. Okay. Flaps all the way up. Carb heat, if we had it, would be in or out. Trim set to where it would be. Fuel pump off, landing light off, strobes off. Okay, so that was a quick flight, my first stream. I hope you guys liked it. I liked doing it. Once I got SPAD stopped, things worked a lot better, didn't they? Let's watch this guy land. I know everybody uses Twitch, but I've got everything up in YouTube, so that's what I'm using. Hope that's okay with you guys. You seem to have found it. Let's see if I can turn here so you guys can see him land. I don't. Oh, there he is. Right on. They must not have a CSL model for a Lance Air because he came in as a Skyhawk. There he goes. All right. Oceana traffic, Skyhawk 150 Golf. We're just taxiing past the T hangars here down to parking, and then we're down Oceana. We'll give way to the Skyhawk on a 29. Go ahead. I can squeeze through here. One thing that you get with the virtual reality is this sense of space and distance. Look at this. This is what's great about PilotEdge. That guy's going someplace. That guy's going someplace, and we're just here, you know, at Little Oceano Airport. We'll go down here to the fuel station. Oh, my conference call's starting right now. Gotta go. Gotta be in the real world. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and girls. So this seemed to work out pretty well. I'll continue to experiment with what this problem was with SPAD.neXt. It is sort of a problem for me not to see my instruments. But if I'm just using them for the Cessna or the Piper, maybe I can just, you know, be. You're watching that, huh? Cool. Well, thanks for being on it. I turned around so we could see you land. Okay, so I could probably run these directly and be done with SPAD, but I use it for some other stuff that I code, especially with some of these dials, so I'll have to figure that out. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. Now I got to figure out how to turn it, shut it down. I guess I just shut it down, unclick it, and turn it off. Let's do a real shutdown though here. Let's get out of throttle. Let's turn off the avionics. Out of the mixture, switches, and key. Okay, thanks everybody. Glad you tuned in, and I'll let you know the next time I'm